May I be so bold? I'd like to offer you a bit of advice. You've achieved considerable power through what I assume is intense physical training, but if you continue focusing on power alone, you'll never defeat Lord Beerus. The most crucial skill you lack is a method for controlling your energy. If you can learn that...
Retain gang, what's poppin', man? So before we start, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I hope you woke up today with gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put the prayer hands in the comments for me if you woke up and showed gratitude today. All right, that's the most important thing that you can do in your day-to-day routine. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you implement that. But I want to talk about, a lot of you guys been hitting me up and saying that you're having trouble controlling your energy, your lust, you know, your sexual desires. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it, man. Before we start though, make sure you guys smash that like button for me. Make sure you hit that notification bell, that way you don't miss none of this fire. You feel me? I have a 30-day semen retention course that can help you out no matter how far along you are on your journey. We go day to day, 30 days, and we highlight techniques that you can use to be successful. If you join the Retain Gang community though, you get the course for free along with many other perks. You get to be a part of live weekly calls and discussions, and you get to be a part of a soul tribe, man. So this is a great investment for you. But check this out. So I don't want you guys to think that lust and your sexual desire is bad. Okay? We don't want to demonize it, because that's a part of you. That is the divine essence that gives you the motivation to do anything, right? Lust is a strong desire to achieve something or to gain something. So when you have lust for something, that's just that energy that's giving you the magnetism to go after what you want. You see, the problem with a lot of us is that we don't know how to control that energy and use it to our advantage. We don't. But it's not our fault though. We weren't taught this. You know what I'm saying? So I got y'all today, man. Today we're going to talk about ways that you can use your sexual desire, all right, as opposed to letting it defeat you. A lot of you guys hooked on that corn, and that right there is not helping you out. If you don't have self-control, that is not going to help you out, right? That is doing damage to you, doing damage to your mind, and it's going to put you in a position where now you're feeding that lust, you're feeding that ego. So when it comes to lust, that strong desire, if you don't learn how to control that, it can lead you to go against your character. It can lead you to do things that's against your nature. So let's say, for example, you have a strong desire for sex, right? You can't control that lust. What's going to happen is you're going to end up doing things against your character, against your morals, to obtain that, right? If you keep feeding that lust, keep feeding that ego, that's what's going to happen. And it happens all the time. Even with money, right? Power. People get on power trips because they lust for that energy. They lust to be in control. They lust for money. And the folks will do anything to obtain that. So you don't want to get to that point. This is why we want to gain self-control and discipline ourselves, so that you can direct it and where it needs to go. Now, where do you direct that energy? All right, that's what we're going to talk about. Your mind. This is why I have all these videos talking about meditation, doing breath work, okay? Because this is going to be the vehicle that we transport that energy up and down, all right? Your energy can flow up and down within you. But you got to learn how to do that, all right? You got to learn how to be in control of that. The first thing you have to do is build your energy up. You feel me? This is why I got the 30-day course, to help you get started on your journey. Because once you get started on this, man, it's going to take you to a place you never thought you could be. It's going to transform you to a person you never thought you could be. Okay, this is a marathon, man, not a sprint. And it's a lifestyle. Okay? So what it's going to do for you, it's going to help you to energize yourself. So one way you can transmute that lust, okay, is if you have a lustful thought, when you get that feeling, you let that energy boil up, okay? You know what I'm talking about? You feeling that tingle, that intense energy? What you want to do is now you want to start thinking about your goals. Start thinking about what you want to manifest, what you want to attract in your life. It can be a woman, it can be, maybe you want a new car, a new house, new career, whatever the case might be. Start putting those images in your mind while you have these lustful thoughts. Okay? What your mind is going to do, what your thoughts are going to do is it's going to pull that energy up. You see what I'm saying? Now you're getting into alchemy, knowing how to transmute energy into one substance to another substance. All right? Understand that your mind is powerful. Your mind is powerful, guys. All right? But you got to put all the pieces together. If you're letting your energy leak out, right, whether it's giving your attention to the corn, giving your attention to the wrong things, and you're not getting that reciprocation, you're just wasting your time. We want to harness our energy, bring it up so that we can give it to the source and actually start to create our reality. Right? Because everything's in our mind. Everything. None of this is real, in a sense, right? If you remember the Matrix, the spoon scene where the little boy was bending the spoon. And he said, don't try to bend the spoon. That's impossible. But only realize that the spoon is a reflection of you. And you're bending yourself. Which lets you know that everything is energy. Right? You create, you shape and form molecules around you with your mind. That's all he was doing with the spoon. Just manipulating the molecules, right? So this is why it's important for us to control our lust and our sexual desires. We got to redirect it. We got to reprogram ourselves on how and when to use this. You don't want to just use it for your lower nature, your lower self. I'm not saying that's bad, but you got to have balance. Bring that energy up to your higher self, to your crown sometimes. You know what I'm saying? This is the problem with a lot of guys and why you can't attract the woman that you want or the people that you need in your life, man, because you're thinking the wrong things. Right? You got all this new energy, but yet you ain't changing your mindset. You got to change your mindset too. It's hard for a lot of guys to even have a conversation with a woman because the first thing you're thinking about is your lower self. You got to raise that energy up into your higher mind, okay? So that you can see and be aware of what's going on, because I'm telling you, all that lust is going to blind you. You'll see a beautiful woman come into your path, just like on The Matrix when the girl in the red dress came up and he was like, Morpheus said, "Are you focused on me or the girl in the red dress?" And that's then he turned around and she was an agent, right? With that stick in his face. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, with the lust, you don't want to end up in a situation like that, man. So being lustful can blind you and not see what's really going on. Your spiritual eye is closed and you're not really seeing or hearing the messages. Your spirit guides could be telling you, look, this is a bad situation, but yet your lust blinds you. Okay? And that's dangerous. As a man, you don't want to be in a position like that. So we got to have that self-control. It'll create a blockage as well. So now what you're doing is when you lust, you're producing too many hormones, right? It's too much activity going on up here. And you'll burn yourself out now to the point where you start getting depressed. You start having anxiety. You get to a point where now you don't feel anything anymore because you're overstimulating those senses. They burn out. That's how things have been designed. They've been designed for us to fall short, especially as men. Fall short with the cheeks, fall short with the corn, fall short with our lack of discipline. You know what I'm saying? So my homework for you guys today is to write down 3 things you're going to work on in your daily routine. Something that you've been lacking, something you've been slacking on. Write it down and tell yourself, I'm going to work on this every single day, and I'm going to change the course of what I'm producing, what I'm transforming into. All this is in your mind. You create your reality. I'm starting to realize this more and more on my journey. As I start to advance within myself, man, I'm realizing that when we were kids, that imagination we had, when we used to daydream, we was actually creating our reality. But yet people told us that we was wasting our time or, that's la la land. Nah, that was our power. And we was tapping into that. You know, we wasn't out here having sex. A lot of us wasn't addicted to corn. You know what I'm saying? At least my generation. I know it's hard now with the phones and all that, but, you know, as kids, for the most part, you're not releasing your energy. So you still have all that essence in you, and then you have your imagination working with you too. There was no limits. I'm not even gonna say the sky was the limit. There was no limits. You see what I'm saying? And you actually believe. You actually believe you had an imaginary friend. You actually believe when you was playing with your toys that, you know, you created a whole like script for everything that was going on in your life. We got to get back to that. Okay? The imagination. I try to stay positive as much as I can now because I understand that when I'm thinking, right, I'm creating shapes and forms. I'm rearranging the molecules around me. Having a negative thought creates a vortex where my energy is being drained, or I open myself up to be possessed. I open myself up for someone to hijack me and use my free will against me. So it's all about being more aware of how to utilize your energy and to transmute that energy if it's something negative. Okay? I'm not saying lust or sexual desires is bad, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. But too much of anything is a bad thing. So you need to learn how to use these tools within you to create the best experience for you. Okay? Releasing your energy is not going to be the best experience for you. You can do what you want to do, but I'm telling you from experience, man, over time, it's going to hurt you. Over time, man, you're losing your potential. You're losing your essence. You're losing what you could be, what you could have created for nothing. All right? So let's learn to turn those desires, that lust, into something that we can work with. Okay? It's time for us to think on a higher frequency now. We're going into a higher vibrational world. So we got to start thinking different. We got to start doing things differently. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'm always going to keep it real with y'all. You know, like I say, I go through things, and when I'm going through things, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm putting these on camera for you guys so that you can learn and you don't have to go through what I went through. So I'm saying I'm still going through life on my spiritual journey just like y'all are. All right? But one thing I've learned how to do is to transform my sexual energy and transmute that. Right? Master yourself. This is what we're doing. We're mastering ourselves. And I promise you, when you start doing this, you're going to feel the difference. You're going to see the difference. Okay? Stay away from them negative thoughts. Stay away from those lustful thoughts. If you know it's not bringing you any type of peace, if it's not bringing you anything that you can use or benefit you, don't attach yourself to those thoughts, okay? That's what we got to do. So that's the first thing, detach. Starve it. As soon as a negative thought or a lustful thought come in your mind, go the other way. When you have a negative thought, man, you can visualize, you know, that thought catching on fire if it's negative, right? And it just burning to ashes. Or you can visualize yourself crumbling up that negative thought like a piece of paper and throwing it away. Imagination. You imagine things. You put the image in your mind and then you create it by reconstructing the molecules around you. Okay, this is why we have to harness our energy. Use the lust to harness your energy. Don't let the lust steal your energy. Okay, don't let it steal your energy. So that's what I want to tell you guys, man. This is a powerful technique that you can use. And on top of that, man, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about this video, or what are some techniques that you use to overcome lustful thoughts and sexual desires. All right, so that being said, y'all check out the Retain Gang community. Become a member, man. If you need to speak with me, I do one-on-one consultations, so I'll leave a link in my description and in my pinned comments. Check out the course, man, the 30-day semen retention course. I think it can help you out. Check out the course, man, the 30-day semen retention course. I really think this can help you out, man, give you some gems. All right, so peace, love, and abundance. Until next time, I'm out.